that was unique and special, quite like the Burning Man group did. I had a lot of respect for some of the. Am I getting really shiny? How's that? Try it again. Let me think about that for a second too, because it's very true.
Don't talk about the communities, all that stuff. Just what
Talk about what?
did.
Oh,
Oh
yeah. Okay, yes, okay. Talking about the machines.
Yeah.
The machines need to
Well,
be talked
whatever.
about again, yeah.
Well, because they didn't muck out houses, and you guys did.
Yeah, they didn't.
But I think they started doing that.
Yeah,
They
I
got
think they
machines,
started
right?
cleaning. I don't know that they never had the equipment to do that. It doesn't matter. The Burning Man group was unique in that they had a pair of machines in their possession that really changed every life and family that they encountered, because, okay, that's not working for me either. Let me do it one more time. I'm shiny again, huh?
No. One of those things.
The sun's out really high now when it wasn't before. Your
Here,
lighting
let's just.
Oops, sorry.
Change my chair?
Let's scoot you back.
Oh, I forgot about that. Grandpa!
Because the sun is. We need to get whatever left and that's important done fast.
Quickly.
Okay. The next thing after this is going to be talking about the impact on your life and other people's lives.
Okay.
But first, differentiate between the two groups.
Okay. Okay. The Burning Man, take two, haha.
We're going to make you a news anchor. You're going to be a weather girl.
The weather girl. Okay. The Burning Man group was unique in that they had the two tractors, the pieces of machinery that were basically, not basically, truthfully, the only two pieces of privately.
Can you do it in one sentence?
Okay. Okay. Yes. The Burning Man group was unique in that I feel like I am being a news reporter right now. Oh my God.
Well, just think of it in terms
Okay,
of
I'm
what's
thinking
different.
of
What
it.
was the difference?
Concisely.
Yes.
Not a lot of.
Gotcha. I'm doing a lot of.
Don't think of it in
Well, I
terms
do
of
that because
giving
I'm
us a
nervous.
soundbite.
The Burning Man. Don't close your eyes either.
Start with your group. Say.
What is your?
My group did. Blah.
They
the
did.
Burners did.
Okay. My group, Disaster Corps, focused on mucking out houses because we didn't have the resources to do anything else. People-wise and everything else, we did a small, very specific job. The Burning Man group was unique because they had the tractors, and the tractors were able to tear down houses. And
Perfect.
okay,
See?
there you go. I think
Nice
it's a
little soundbite.
yeah. Take that soundbite though from the other thing that says they were the. Does anyone else say they were the only pieces of privately owned machinery that were working on the Gulf Coast doing
I think
that?
you did in your other interview.
Good.
Say that again.
Okay.
Really concisely.
Just like that.
Okay. The thing that was so special about Burning Man's possession of those tractors is that they were the only two pieces of privately owned machinery tearing down houses and working on the entire Gulf Coast.
How long? For how long?
For 7 months. Well,
For however long they have.
yeah, or for however long, yeah, but should we?
Okay, that's
Okay.
So what impact did, we know it was a difficult job, and we know an extended time doing difficult stuff in the midst of hell, as you said, is going to impact people's lives. What impact did it have on your life?
Right.
What impact do you think it's had on other people's?
I don't think anyone could have really prepared themselves for the long-term effects maybe that might have resulted from being in a disaster zone for so long. You became quite immune to seeing such destruction and devastation in your midst every day. I think it stuck with a lot of people. I think it made it difficult afterwards to sort of walk around a city and look at everything in the same way that you might have looked at it before.
Can you talk more about your experience?
My experience.
Your general life.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I liked that sentence.
Okay. My experience.
How has it affected you?
Yeah. I was in Mississippi for about 7 months with one short break for an appendectomy. I, let's see, I never anticipated being in Mississippi for 7 months. It really was stressful and wore on me after a while. I became exhausted. I suffered from physical problems. I ended up having appendicitis, which I think is probably related to the stress. And I was pulling 18-hour days. I wasn't taking time off. The need was overwhelming me, and I felt like I had to be a hero and save the day. And you know, there was always going to be more to do. It was never going to stop. And if I took Sunday off, it was fine. I couldn't get through that through my head. And it took getting involved with a different group who had a little bit, who's a bit smarter about looking after themselves than I had been, to reach that point where I was willing to take some time off and to take some personal time. And I think for Richard Scott and myself, when both of us made that decision as leaders of our own groups to step back a little bit and to say, we're burning out. This is exhausting. We need to designate a day. We need to designate a time. We need to do something creative. We need to enjoy ourselves a little bit, or we're going to walk away from this and have nothing positive to say about our experience down here.
Has it had a long-term impact?
I would say the long-term impact for me, volunteering in Mississippi for the period of time that I did, is that it's positioned me where in the event that something similar did happen again, I would be present to help. The long-term impact of volunteering for me is that it's made me into a long-term volunteer. I wouldn't be able to stand back and not, okay, let's see.
I don't know if you covered this earlier on, but compare before going to Biloxi and the Gulf Coast to where you're at now in your life.
Okay.
Like what, like even just start 4 years ago. Start there and just, you did what? You went to Indonesia, whatever. Just like, if you were to summarize the last 4 years of your life,
Okay.
like the question is, how are you able to go to the Gulf Coast? Why?
Well, we did talk about that. She was in Indonesia. And
Yeah, I just wanted to cover it.
Okay. I have volunteered in different capacities in my life prior to going to Mississippi. I was in Indonesia. I volunteered on a boat in northern Sumatra after the tsunami for a very short period of time. I also went to the island of Nias in March after their massive earthquake in Indonesia, and volunteered there on the island of Asu for a period of time. This is not going anywhere. Let's see.
Well, it's leading up to a question I'm going to ask you after.
Okay. Okay.
Just bear with me.
I'm bearing. I have volunteered in a number of different capacities over the past several years of my life. So being in Indonesia, volunteering there, having the opportunity when I returned to go to Mississippi and volunteer there, all seemed like a natural evolution. Granted, I never expected to stay as long as I did down there, but that's the way things happened. I have no regrets about it. I'm grateful that I could be involved, that I could help people out. I think the biggest impact that had on me when I got back home and I started to wander around again in my previous life, I realized that this had changed me in a way that I know that if anything else occurred again in the United States or somewhere that I was able to participate and volunteer and help again, that it's something I would definitely do again.
Perfect. That answers the question I was
Okay.
going to ask.
There you go.
I mean, we're pretty much done, but what
Yeah.
I'm not hearing any of is you've talked to me a lot about how you feel this